This video has kind of been a long time coming. No one's requested it, but I have been thinking about filming one of these for well over a year now, and I think it is finally time. This is my 2026 All My Mods video. If you want to know more about any of the mods I have that I'm showing in this video, please do drop a comment. I have videos about most of them, although a lot of them could use a redo because they are old. Also, how do we feel about this background? Because I'm not sure. It is very reminiscent of like circa 2015 YouTube, when everyone had those pull down paper backgrounds or like fabric backgrounds with like a glitter print on it. I think it's kind of cute. I don't know. We're gonna go down from the top of my head all the way to my very tippy toes, because going chronologically would absolutely be a nightmare to film, to edit, to watch, probably, because it's all over the place all the time, always. Let's start.
We are starting off strong with everything that you see on my face in all my videos. Actually, maybe not this one. This is my one and only face tattoo. This is my dad's handwriting, and translated it essentially means kiss or XOXO, and it is so very special to me. The stray hairs were played actors. Up next are my stretched nostril piercings. I thought I needed them to be at 10mm, and I downsized them to 8 about a year ago. I stretched these up from just a regular 1.2mm nostril piercing size. Right in between them, I have my stretched septum piercing, which is actually at 6mm. You can see this sexy silicone tunnel there. And the ring I'm wearing in it is 4.5mm thick, because I think it is a very pretty thickness for my face. Moving on to my lip piercings, I have a set of angel bites to fulfill all my scene queen dreams, a philtrum that is stretched to 5mm, and a lower labret that is stretched to 10mm. It used to be at 15, but I downsized it about a year and a half ago, I think. Last thing on my face for right now are my cheek piercings, or my dimple piercings, whatever you want to call them, that I have had for 12 or 13 years at this point, I believe. And last but not least, my first big mod, my split tongue, which I cannot believe I've now had for 6 years as well. Moving on to my ears, which I always thought were kind of unremarkable because I don't do well with cartilage piercings, but they are turning out to be really very cool. On my left ear, I have my coin slot, which someone recently asked what the back of it looks like. This is it. I was also asked if it hits my glasses. It doesn't, unless I lie on my side wearing my glasses, which I do not tend to do because it is just annoying even without a coin slot. I have my tragus piercing that I've had for 14 years. I have my first lobe piercings that are currently stretched to 50mm, and my second set of lobe piercings that are stretched to 4mm. On my right ear, I have the same lobe combo, and I also have a stretched conch piercing, which is currently 5mm. I'm also going to take this opportunity to address the comments that I've been getting recently that my lobes are too thin. They really aren't, especially for the size they're at. Granted, there are uneven spots, I will admit that. I didn't always use the healthiest stretching methods, I will admit that. They are not perfect. There is a ton of scar tissue, but they are not too thin. Every mod artist, every piercer who has seen them since they were at the size have complimented me on them, how thick and juicy they are and how healthy they look. So off. Righty, moving on down to my chest. The first chest tattoo I have is my Zwilling black lettering. It means twin or the zodiac sign Gemini in German, which I got as a memorial tattoo. I think I've talked about it on this channel before. And then below that are my rats, which, fun fact about this chest tattoo, they are straight up copies of stock photos. It's not funny. The artist I got them from said she drew them herself and they are just straight up stock photos, which I found out later. Yeah, I still love them. I think they complement my chest very well. I just wish they weren't stock photos. Anyway, on my left arm, I don't have a theme for any of my tattoos. It's what I call my silly arm, and it's just stuff that makes me happy. On my shoulder is a M47 pattern tank. All I'm going to say about it at this point is that I am very much anti-war. I just like tanks for autistic reasons. And we're going to leave it at that. Below it is my third ever tattoo that I got, which is the No Regrets rat that I got when I was 18. And visiting Wales next to it is my favourite two truths and a lie piece of info about myself. It's my Paris Hilton tattoo from House of Wax, and below it, it says "That's hot," because I do love Paris Hilton. The next group of, I want to say, doodle tattoos, the mum heart, the mushroom, the dagger, the cat, and the little coffin, which you're about to see. Also the no fun and the piercing, actually, are from when I worked at a tattoo shop, and we would sometimes just get tattoos after work. The no fun is matching with some of my former colleagues, and the 1830 coffin I got at my goodbye party when I quit, because 6:30 was my closing time at the piercing counter. Also the broken heart-shaped glasses below, like near my wrist. This very gorgeous band-aid my friend tattooed on me. We don't talk anymore, but I still cherish that tattoo. On the outside of my forearm, I have like a bouquet of lavender and rosemary, which is in memory of my grandmother, because lavender has always reminded me of her and rosemary represents remembrance. And I just thought it was a very cute idea, and I do sometimes forget I have this tattoo. I know that's such a weird cliche thing to say, but I do genuinely. I almost forgot to film this because I forgot I had this tattoo. On the inside of my forearm is a portrait of my childhood cat, Maxie. Beautiful, gorgeous. I miss her every day, and we are not going to talk about the patchy bit of self-tan that I have on my wrist. To finish off this arm, this is my tooth scarification. I'm not going to say too much about this because I do plan on filming a 1-year update video, because that is coming up soon as well. So if you are interested, stay on the lookout for that. But this is what my scarification looks like currently. Oh, actually, we are not done yet. This is a shitty heart stick and poke that I gave myself when I was like 19. Obviously faded because it's partially on my palm, and that is a notoriously hard place for tattoos to stick, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. On my other arm, we have my very much unfinished bat/vampire themed sleeve. On my shoulder, I have this very, very gorgeous bat head, which is actually my latest addition to this. It's been well over a year. I'm just bad at scheduling tattoos. On the back of my forearm, I have this vampire guy who just got stabbed in the heart in front of his castle. Fun fact about this tattoo, my artist at the time actually used a photo of himself as reference for this sketch. I haven't been able to unsee it since he told me that it does actually look like him. And when I tell you, it does. So thank you so much for that, Matt. And to finish it off, I have my, I guess, Japanese inspired bat that I got at a Halloween flash day when I was 18, and my ballsack garlic and steak to kill vampires. Moving on down to my legs, this skull with the rat on it was my very first tattoo when I was just 17 years old. She is old. She is beautiful. I love her as much as I did the first day. Go big or go home, baby. This raven, which is actually Edgar Allan Poe inspired, was my second tattoo. Again, who the lets a 17, 18-year-old get a tattoo covering their entire thigh? I don't know, but you know. Below that, very shittily placed, I will admit, is Rock Lee in somewhat chibi form from Naruto. He's my favorite character from the anime, and I did this one myself, you can probably tell. On the side of my thigh is this centipede lady face. It's just cute. I don't know why I keep jumping between legs, but this knee spider web I actually also did on myself. You can absolutely tell it's not horrible, but it's also not good either. And all I can tell you is tattooing your own kneecap is not a very fun experience. Actually, the kneecap itself isn't so bad. It's the sides. Horrific. Below my very beautiful spider web is another black lettering. This one says Revenge, and it is to commemorate my favorite MCR album, which is 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. I actually got this tattoo coincidentally on the anniversary of when I saw them live, when I was but a wee 13-year-old emo baby. On the backs of my calves are matching but different. I don't know how to explain it. You can see it, hopefully, ornamental pieces that I got at a Halloween flash day again last year. This is actually the start of my plan for like the backs of my legs. I just want to do ornamental stuff. On the side of my left leg is my baby goat head, who carries with him the very inspirational message to just hang in there, even if it's from a noose. On the inside of that calf, I have a blind sphinx cat with a knife, because I love cats and knives. On the front of my ankle, what do you call this area? I don't really know, is probably one of the worst tattoos I've given myself. Granted, I was not sober at the time. It says Wiener Blut, which is a Falco song, one of my favorites. It has absolutely nothing to do with right-wing Puritanian culture things, which people have told me it looks like. I promise you, those are not my political ideologies. Jumping back to my other leg, this is another tattoo that I gave myself. It is Miffy's dog, and I did this one when I got fired or let go from my last job, and I was very sad, but I didn't have money to get a professional tattoo, so I was like, gonna do it myself. And I think he turned out pretty good. Accompanying him is a little Cupid baby clown inspired by Pennywise. I must admit, I have never seen a single It film. I just told my coworker at the time that I wanted a Cupid baby clown tattoo, and this is what he came up with, and I still think he's very cute, even though I don't know anything about It, Pennywise, none of that stuff. Finishing out this leg is a plague doctor with a rose, because I have loved Emily Autumn for as long as I can remember, and as such, I love a good plague doctor. Last but not least, the stick and poke wall of shame, and we have all the bangers. We have smiley faces on our toes, an ineligible word, which it used to be rad, but that spelling in German means cycle or wheel, and people kept asking me why I have that tattoo, and I was like, it means cool in English, so I changed it to rats, and now you can't really read it anymore. And very last but not least, the classic moon and 2 random lines from when I was trying out a new tattoo machine.
And that's it for this video. Those are all the mods I have right now. If there's any mod in particular that you would like to learn more about, please do let me know. I've already made dedicated videos about most of my mods, and I will try to link them either in the iCards or in the description box below. But if there's anything that you would like to know more about, please do drop me a comment, and I would love to chat with you. Let me know in the comments what your absolute favorite body mod is ever in the entire world. You don't have to have it, I don't have to have it, just whatever it is that you enjoy. Mine would definitely be large stretched lobes. They were my gateway drug, if you will, into the world of body mods. I think they are beautiful, whether you have plugs in them or you just wear them naked or you have very heavy weights and they hang down to here. I love big stretched lobes so much. As always, if you enjoy these types of videos, please do let me know by leaving me a like and maybe consider subscribing if you would like to see more from yours truly. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to me yap about my mods. An extra special thank you to my rat babies. If you would also like to become a channel member, you can join up here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
I'm glitching.